One of my favorite homebrews in all of Vintage, the Fanoop PO list, just won a recent Vintage challenge. I gotta take it for a spin, for old time's sake. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a morning league. Hopefully we will be perfectly awake for this very fun deck. This, for longtime viewers of the stream, you will recognize this as Fanoop PO, Mono Blue PO. It's a classic archetype, really only played by one player, Pete Ward, Mox competitor, I believe. Strong Magician, and a really just a very fun deck. I really enjoy this deck. It's something that really vibes with me. Obviously, it's very similar to classic PO lists that I became, somewhat known for. So we're going to play that today with, of course, Pete's new additions for the Modern Horizons 3 metagame. Pete really just recently won a challenge, or was in top 8 of a challenge recently, so I stole the list and made some changes. We got like Vexing Bobble. I think we're in a position right now where there's lots of aggro shops running around. I mean, one player got 2 5-0s in the same day playing aggro shops. I think we're back to Hurkyl's Recall metagame, especially because Hurkyl's Recall doubles his construct removal against Lurrus Saga. So I also think we're in a spot where Narset and Karn are pretty good. Narset and Karn are great answers into Jewel, where you have sufficient construct answers. Narset and Karn do a great job of shutting Jewel down. So combining Narset and Karn in this deck list with things like Repeal and Dress Down gives us sufficient answers to Jewel. Anything else interesting? We got the 1 Vexing Bobble, 5 basic islands, which I love. There used to be 2 negations in this main. I turned them into repeals. I think they're more generally viable against the metagame. But I still have the 2 negations in the board because I do think they're probably very important versus Jewel. And then sideboard is just a big Karn board with some, collector roof removal, some anti-doomsday, some more Hurkyl's and that kind of thing. So yeah, mono blue PO deck. Always has some fun ones. Always has like the 1 Urza and the 1 Snapcaster, which I really love. PO with tons of Moxen. Should be a great time. I'm going to try to have some fun with it. See if we can't earn some qualifier points for the upcoming RCQ on Magic Online, August 31st, there Saturday. If we have enough QPs, we will stream that and set up the challenge that day. But currently not looking so good, and it's been pretty hard to fire prelims. Grinders don't really, like before, the only people who played prelims were grinders because grinders needed qualifier points to play in all of the last chance qualifiers. Now there are so many challenges on Magic Online that the grinders don't even play prelims anymore. And so it's just, vintage players who tried to fire it on Monday, and we did not hit 12, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping we can fire a couple of those because I think I need like 30. Yeah, I need like 27, which is a lot. We'll see what happens. See you in round 1. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content? Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. All right, straight into things. Bright and early, a nice mana crypt hand. Not a significant immediate payoff, but a turn 2 PO with 2 Moxen. Probably worth attempting. Something beautiful about this deck is islands. Basic islands. Basics are so broken in Vintage because Wasteland is that good. Being able to have our islands not be wastelanded, big win, especially against a Lurrus deck. We got Lurrus Bobble. We'll have to see what flavor of Lurrus my opponent is on. No matter what, could be challenging, lots of counter magic, but PO is a nice one where it lets us play at instant speed. So at least blue-black. Ball draw. And then PO. Okay. So the biggest thing I'm worried about is Orcish Bowmaster. I have some ability to play around possible Flusterstorms and Spell Pierces here by doing something like Ruby. I guess my Ruby can get Spell Pierce. That's fine. And then Mana Crypt, playing around Spell Pierce, and then Merchant Scrolling for an Ancestral. I think that makes the most sense. Obviously, this doesn't play through Flusterstorm, but it plays through Spell Pierce, which is pretty common these days. And then I don't think a second PO is as good as playing an Ancestral. And what we can do is on our turn, we can just cast this Ancestral, and then we can maybe look for a second follow-up PO. We can go for 2 spells. Opponent has a Vampiric Tutor. Kind of interesting. Not all lists are even playing this anymore. Card disadvantage. Some of these lists are going crazy towards perfect card advantage deck. No time vaults and stuff, but Vamp Ancestral is still pretty good. Now we don't have to worry about Bowmaster. Strip mine on my basic, so immediately my opponent says, huh? Nice basic. Wasteland, I don't care. I got strip mine. Force is a good one, though. Let's go basic island and cast Ancestral. Obviously, this plays into negation, but I think being tapped out is more important. Negation, dress down, force. I want to see if I can get this through now. Force. All right, opponent had double force. Pitching, dress down, and Tameo. We still have another follow-up, so not too bad. We're definitely ahead in mana. No Lurrus to buy here is sad, though. Not that we could cast it, but... White. So they are Esper, so they're going to immediately Treasure Cruise. It's pretty strong. Or Dig Through Time, one of the two. Says they're paying costs, which usually means Delve. Yep, Treasure Cruise, up to 5. But they're tapped out, so maybe we can resolve this PO here. Or do they have a third force? Mox would be pretty good. Time Walk. Alright. I'm going to try drawing. Alright, that one worked. So now we probably win. All things considered here. I got through 2 forces. Had a lot of payoffs in this. So we can go Time Walk and then Mystical. We don't have like a Yogwill or anything though. We do have a Tinker. Tinker is good. No Bobble from the side. Another reason I really wanted to play this deck. The Fanoop list I stole actually didn't have that many POs. Or sorry, not that many POs. The Fanoop list that I stole didn't have that many repeals, but repeals a really nice, clean answer to Vexing Bobble so that you can play your Citadel. Yeah. Always, I like sacking the Mox Opal because you can get a new Mox Opal, and Crypt is really good with PO. All right. That's very lethal. We got another PO coming. Draw another 7. We have Vault Key, obviously. Classic. Love it. Blue, black, Lurrus. One thing I've been interested with this list is not 100% sure why there's a 1 ring in the sideboard. I assume this is a Karn target. And then maybe it comes in versus like creature decks. Not really sure actually. So what cards would I want against Esper Lurrus? Maybe Turbo Volkey actually. I don't think like I said the Hercule doubles as a construct removal, but I don't need construct removal in my deck. Hercule's in this deck is really just to beat spheres and null rods and stuff like that. Though that does beg the question if should we have maybe some like steel sabotages in our deck. I kind of think that this is a matchup where Fluster might have some gameplay, but in general, I cut Fluster from the main. I think there were also Flusters in the main of this deck. I just have not been happy with Fluster into the metagame. It just doesn't feel like it hits enough stuff. Dismember maybe good for frogs and stuff like that. Could be true. Narset definitely gets a lot worse against like frogs and those kind of things, but you might just need it because the deck doesn't have like that many action spells. I'm thinking we just bring in a Dismember as like a better removal spell and go from there and see how this looks. I could definitely be convinced on a couple different options depending on how their deck is built. I think Flusters don't really like negation against most Lurrus decks. Fluster can be good, but can also just be dead. Dismember depends on like which threats they choose to play. It's probably correct to bring in both Dismembers the more I think about it. There's something to be said about having Portal as an option off of your Tinker against this matchup where they probably have some amount of creatures. Tough to say. Because like if they are like a Vexing Bubble variant, which I still think they shouldn't be, but they could be a Vexing Bubble variant. Here's like actually kind of a spot where like if you play the one Vexing Bobble, which I think is actually good. I think the first Vexing Bobble was always really nice. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Then you kind of want to have that option because if they play a Vexing Bobble off of this Saga, it'll be hard for me to Tinker for Citadel, but I have Repeal. Like, what if I go Mystical? I guess I can Mystical for an Ancestral here. It just still seems really good. Maybe it's not that good. Oh, we're not going to make Constructs. Interesting. Oh, no. Maybe we were deciding between Lurrus and Construct. I mean, Lurrus has some value here with your Time Vault in the yard. I wouldn't say it's unreasonable, but I mean, they don't know exactly my deck configuration, but my deck configuration is unbelievable versus Constructs. Oh, Null Rod. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Null Rod is fine. Definitely makes me happy I'm getting this Ancestral Recall. Okay, well, that's less fine. I kind of needed to draw some more islands on that one, but so I assume this will be Vexing Bubble. Maybe I should just play the Jet out because of Vexing Bubble then. I mean, we just set up a Vault Key, and then when we have enough mana, we can repeal the Null Rod and win. Oh, wait, what? They got a key of their own? Interesting. I need to hit a land so badly. I just didn't hit a land. How frustrating is that? It's like if I just hit a land in this game, I like very easily win. I take one hit from Frog. I mean, I don't even take a hit from Frog. I make a blocker. I guess they probably still jump a Frog, but then I just end of turn Null Rod and it's just over. I don't even have a good Merchant Scroll target, right? Another repeal. I think I just get a force and then try to draw land and resolve a Tinker or a repeal. If I draw a land, then I can resolve a repeal on Null Rod and win the game with Volkey. So kind of protects either of my spells. Yeah, okay. So they're gonna like, sure. I mean, I win the game here. Land drop wins the game. Narset. No, now I like lose the game though. Yeah, that's super frustrating. Is there a Tolarian Academy? There is a Tolarian Academy. Do we have outs? Let's just name this Fiddlebender. All right. So in this case, I only have 2 mana. I need to hit a land drop no matter what. So time to just repeal this box. If I had hit a land, we would win because we would have hit 3 mana. We would have bounced the Null Rod and then it would have been fine. But I unfortunately did not hit a land even after Ancestraling. How many lands are in this deck? I guess there's like usually not too many. Yeah, only 14. I don't know. We set ourselves up to win this game pretty straightforward, but didn't get there. So we still have outs to win this game. Slayer and Academy is the big one. Though I always use one of my repeals here. Time walk. All right, I'm going to give it one more draw, and then we'll concede. Unfortunately, we kept the 2-lander, and after 19 cards, we've only had 2 lands. That is partially due to deck configuration, right? A lot of our mana that we need to cast spells is in artifacts. I'll just concede. That would have been Tilter. I mean, I still have 3 repeals. Maybe I will just play the A Harkles too. I do think 2 Dismembers makes sense, though. Maybe something like Mystical is worse. Maybe this Opal is bad. Around like that. That was an unfortunate game. I think we had a lot of the tools we needed to win that game. We just slightly missed. We Ancestral didn't missed. Ooh. That is interesting hand. I'm gonna hold the Academy. Do need, I wish we had a PO. This would be a great PO hand. I'll have to see if we want to cycle a repeal or not. I don't think I'm gonna do anything. Dig. We just cast this. This is 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana, 7 mana, 8 mana, 9 mana, 10 mana. Yeah. All right, let's cast this dig while they're tapped out here. Maybe that's like less worth. Or obviously this runs into negation again, but I still think it's better than playing into open mana. Could be wrong though. I think this repeal is important. They had the negation, pitching a dig of their own. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have, at some point we do have to play into them, but we have these instant speed spells. Maybe it's just I'm super greedy. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel. Like, it's kind of unlikely that after we've seen Oswald, it's unlikely they have like Bowmaster or anything. So like opening up the ability to have negations be dead on our turn so that we can play like Tinkers and things is very powerful. All right, Psychic Frog is in. We can time walk it with a repeal. Probably will after we've gotten them to use under negation. All right, well. Just can't draw action now. All right, that's definitely bad for me. I think I'm supposed to always play the Moxen ahead of a Bobble. Because they definitely have at least one Bobble in their deck if they're playing Oswald. All right. I mean, the problem now is they still have 5 cards in hand, and they're still drawing a card every turn, and we don't have action. We just can't draw action. I don't know. Seems sad. I should probably have played this, but... What was I supposed to do? Not keep the hand? I feel like keeping the hand when you have all the mana and all you need to do is draw 1 action spell, and you have a repeal, it just makes sense to me, but... I'll run. Psychic Frog number 2. Yeah, we got an infestation over here. Brainstorm? How about Brainstorm? Sensei Stop. That's a good one. Got a bunch of looks here. God, they just have another negation. Well, I mean, that still might be the case. Hey, look, all my lands from last game. Didn't appear. All right. Try again. PO? Merchant Scroll. The problem with Merchant Scroll is if they do have a counter spell, I lose. But if they hit me, I also probably lose. So I'm just down, I think. I think they have another counter though, so I'm just casting these things. Yeah, I have so much mana. I didn't get wastelanded, so see if it resolves. Another negation. Pitching Spell Pierce. Well, at least I don't know, man. I made a play. It's so silly. I just get to recoup it all with Frog. I mean, I could have played around negation. Like I had 2 instant speed spells. I just like don't know if playing an instant speed spell on their turn here is like actually good. Like I kind of need to win the game, right? Seal, sure. I mean, if I draw another payoff, still 3 more POs in my deck. Tinkers in my deck. Time Vault is in my deck. Why, man? Why? Sad game. I don't know. What do you think, chat? I mean, the dig through time is more, I think the dig through time is more egregious than the PO here. I think the PO here makes sense. Like I don't want them to hit me. And draw 2 cards. Like playing it might win the game on the spot. The dig through time, I think, was one where I could realistically have waited and played around negation. And then I don't even know if that helps me per se, right? Like that might not even really help me. Because I did have mental misstep covering Spell Pierce, so like, and I also didn't care about Spell Pierce because I had so much mana. So yeah, I think if I had to go back and play this game again, I think the dig through time is the thing that I would change. I might have just been over evaluating how good playing around open mana was with the dig through time. Again, dig through time only gets me 2 cards though, and there are definitely spells that I have to cast onto my turn. Like it's a little almost a little bit surprising that my opponent actually didn't negate the Merchant Scroll. Maybe they just know I've like floated so much mana and I have to cast it right away. Because like theoretically I could wait till their turn and PO. I don't think I can in that situation just because there's 2 frogs beating down. But I would say in general, I think I'm the problem there. I think I'm the problem in that loss. It happens. Thinking a little bit about round 1 and how I'm pretty sure I led off that video, or at least that round, talking about how one of the big strengths of the deck is being able to play at instant speed. And then I just cast all my spells at sorcery speed. Well, it wasn't at sorcery speed, but not on my turn. All right, so I'm gonna just play a Mox Opal and play a Vexing Bubble on turn 1. I've been told this is a game-breaking vintage play, so should be exciting. Honestly, kind of a nice setup where I can go key, turn on everything, play Academy, play Narset. Looks pretty good. I think in general, this is like my prime use case for Bobble is just the 1-of in your deck. Sometimes you get lucky and but you can find it off of Saga, I think is the key. But you don't really want to like overload your deck with them. Ooh. All right. I think. Damn. All right. I think what I'll do is I will name Wasteland so to protect our Tolarian Academy. I think it's more important. And then I will play a key because it's net 0. And then I will Academy out at Narset. Man, I haven't done that in a long time. Academy out at Narset. Feels good though. And then Ancestral. Mystical man, Narset's pretty silly sometimes. Top is actually really intriguing here, but PO is probably the play. And then we'll just tap this Opal so that we have mana to crack our Bobble if we want. I assume my opponent will just Haywire Might attack the Narset. They have a green mana and they care. They can hit the bauble or the needle. So obviously there's a... Yeah, okay. So I didn't really expect green mana. I guess it's probably some kind of fastbond thing. So it attacks the Narset and then kills the needle and then wastelands the Academy. And that actually puts me off the ability to play PO. Which is definitely a downside of not going for like the Sensei's Top, because I have Sensei's Top Manifold Key. Obviously, I didn't know if they have green mana or not, and I think the Wasteland is like the much more pressing thing. And getting the Haywire Might to hit the needle, I don't even think that's a bad thing. So now the question becomes, yeah, I can't actually crack this bauble because of Metalcraft, right? So, ooh, found the top anyways. I am gonna activate this Narset even though it will die because I think a Mox in here. I guess a Mox in here doesn't do it. A Tinker here is interesting though. Do I think they're blue? I feel like I don't think they're blue. I kind of want to just tinker this bauble into a Citadel. Hurkyl's Recall. Well, I will target my opponent with my Hurkyl's Recall. And then Brick? No, I just need any Mox. Alright, well, now my opponent can do something about it. I guess they could have Vigored if they had a Vigor. So there's certainly downsides there, but I can't use my Citadel with a Vexing Bauble in play, so... Is what it is. Oh, yeah, so it's a Fastbond deck, so maybe Collector Roof. Vexing Bauble of their own, aha! And, oh, and a Haywire Might. Okay, so they had an answer that wasn't Vexing Bauble as well. Can play lands off the top still, so that's nice. I mean, Vexing Bauble here is pretty annoying. I still could spin the top a little bit. I could just PO. Mox Pearl, Island, PO. I don't really want any of that. Saga Gaming. I think we just do... Opponent is very hateful. Haywire Might Vexing Bauble, huh? Not bad. Very nice. Haywire Might. I love Haywire Might. Haywire Might is one of my favorite recently printed Magic cards. It does so many cool things. Just eats the Citadel here. We still have a lot of advantage in this spot. Ooh, wow. Collector. Oof. Okay. Though, I have a dress down coming, so... Honestly, just need one of those repeals, right? Bazaar of Baghdad. Beautiful. Love a good Fastbond deck. Very fun. Vexing Bauble, Hollow One. Hollow One, yeah. No Hollow Ones underneath the Vexing Bauble. I will just cast this into the Bauble because I'm trying to find the repeal. Okay, so let's go... Dress down. Just trying to find repeal for 2 mana, so a spin still works. Any repeal wins, so I just did not find one. It's probably worth it to just... Should I just go through all of these? Yeah, probably. I think I still can win if I find a repeal on top. So I'm just gonna PO. $11. Another dress down. Snapcaster Mage. It has a Hercules recall, but I have, unfortunately, yeah. Strip Mine. Rest in peace, Saga. I'm at 8 life now. And I used a bunch of my Moxen. I'm not even sure it's an... Oh, now they have 2 Collector Oofs. Okay, so if I... The problem is, if I snap a Hercules, I still have to beat Collector Oofs right now. I only have 4 life. I mean, I can brainstorm a dress down back on top. Alright, let's try it. Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Mage, Hercules Recall. 8 life is a very low life total. Hercules Recall, target my opponent, putting back Bauble, Haywire Might, Haywire Might. And then Brainstorm, down to 7. And then... Doesn't matter as long as Dress Down is on top. So I can just put this top on top, I guess. This Dress Down is going to draw through it no matter what. Though I could play a spell first. So I could theoretically... I know this is a Mox coming up. I have a pretty solid PO. I'm at 7 life. I could theoretically... Well, if I PO and then I Dress Down in response... One mana, 2 mana. I just used so many of my Moxen that I'm a little worried, but I think POing for 4 is my best play anyways. So if I just do Dress Down, PO, I PO down to 3, I Dress Down to 1. Is it though? How do I win this game? I already used my Academy. So I'm going to PO Old Priority, Dress Down, go to 1. And then I guess I get to float a blue, draw. And then I have Mox. Mox. I have one more Mox, so I have 4 mana. I have a Repeal. I have a Snapcaster. But I have to beat 2 creatures from this spot. If I had drawn another PO, I could always repeal my own Mox here to draw the Monolith, which is another +1 mana. If I can get to Snap PO, I need to hit like more Moxen, but I've already used so many of my Moxen. There's just so little Moxen left. I'm gonna repeal my Opal. Dig. Oh, wait. What about Monolith? key. Untap monolith. 4. Blue. Opal. Blue. Snap. No, I have a dress down in play. I'm bad, man. Okay, it's fine though, because I can go snap and I can play a Karn and I can stand up Citadel. That works. Okay, I don't die. And they can't haywire my Citadel because it's a 1, it's a creature now, and 2, they have active Collector Roofs. Wonder if they'd be... What a weird game, man. I also can't force anything because I'm at 1. I don't know if I don't know if I played that correctly. I played that pretty close, I would think. Like, the things we did in that turn were close. Oh, what the? They pitched 2 Vengevines? Oh my god. All right. Yeah, whatever, man. Where did those even come from? Okay, fine. Soul Guides, Cages, One Rings, Dismembers. Bring basically everything in here. Urkels. Maybe I have to keep Mist up then. Probe. Opal definitely. Bobble out. Definitely want to keep Mystical, but maybe it's like Grim Monolith and Karn and Narset. Too many creatures. I forgot about the classic snap down interaction. Let's just take dig out. Do this. I think I still want access to Citadel. I just obviously it has varying levels of playability there. Kind of a gross hand, but we're gonna keep it. We don't get vigored. I don't really have much to say if we do though, so. I think I want to hold Lantern. Let's see if I can't extract value from it. I also want to be able to hold open to Dismember. Another strip mine of my basic. Illegal. Right, now I'm gonna play out Lantern. And untap. Yeah, I feel like we were pretty close in that last game. Maybe I could have, might have been some other way. I forgot about Snap Dress Down, but I don't know if that would have changed anything. Ah, now we're playing around it. Big. The question here is like, is that thing worth dismembering? I don't think the answer is yes. I'm just gonna tempo it though. I need to find action. Hey, look, action. I don't think they have a vigor, so I'm just gonna go for it. It just didn't feel like that was the case. I don't want my Saga dying. All right, we have successfully PO'd in this game. It would be very sad if we end up losing it, but we'll see what happens. Okay, they just turned it into green. Oh, so they have a Haywire Might and kill the Saga? Sure. I guess I didn't really think about that. But, I mean, my Saga's gonna die no matter what. No getting around it. Now the Wasteland actually is, like, not very good, so Probably was better to just name Haywire Might than Saga here. Or sorry, than Wasteland, because unless I draw Tolarian Academy, I don't actually care. That's crazy draw, though. About time. Let's go. Yeah, let's get another Soul Guide Lantern in play. So I guess this technically plays into Mindbreak Trap, so maybe I should not have done that. Okay, I guess the game is over. God, I love when the game is over, and then I get to do a ton more free actions. No one cares. Coming back. Because we can play a One Ring, gain protection, draw a card, get another Mox, play a Needle. Good Data Pie. Peel them all back. Probably just leave this One Ring, though. Alright, have a Volt Key. Alright. Clean victory. Just tempo on the play. Now, game 3. Nah, I still like the idea of having a Citadel as a secondary target. I'm okay with that. What do we got? Saga. So this is the kind of hand I think is a trap. This hand looks like a trap to me. Like what is this hand doing for me? Besides losing to Wasteland. Like if I get bobbled here, I'm gonna mulligan this hand. This hand's definitely better. Not that much better, but it's definitely better. Maybe I'm actually supposed to just keep both basic islands there instead of a stupid Saga. Probe? Oh. Bobble. Yeah, I'll just force this. What is this doing in my hand? Yeah, I think I was supposed to keep both basic islands there. Kind of crazy. This, like, forcing there lets me still get a Citadel if that's what we want. I definitely like playing Island over Saga here. Oh, Bazaar. Nice. That's really good for me. All coming back to me. So if they play another Bobble, that turns off my Citadel plan. I can still go and get a portal later. This depends on what they do. Haywire Might to the Yard is interesting. Second Haywire Might in play. And a hollow one in play. I think I just like blowing it up here. I mean, what's the probability that my Citadel misses from this spot? Gotta be super low, right? Land drop to give. What is the chance my Citadel misses from here? I could hit a force. I have 3 forces in my deck. Those are like my only, like, I have a mental misstep. All right, let's try Portal. Even if they destroy this Portal, I have follow-up Saga. I don't know. I don't think the Citadel is likely to miss from there, but I do think I lose the game if the Citadel misses. Whereas the Portal should be good in most spots. Like for the Portal to be bad, they would have to be able to kill the Portal and present a threat and deal with the Saga. Seems hard. Oof, oof. Seiju? Oh, Outland Liberator. Yeah, I guess Outland Liberator does it. Oh, I guess also just like more Haywire Mites would do it. Let's get a hollow one. They have 0 cards left. So I feel like if I bounce this Outland Liberator with Repeal, then they would have to draw exactly a mana. That's a really good draw, too. If they draw exactly a mana, they're just answering the portal, and they're not beating what's on board, so... Oh, sorry, I did not, I did not do that correctly. That's fine. I'm just time walking them. That is probably worse than activating Saga. My bad. I don't know why I thought it would be 3. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I have a hollow one here, and then I get to go. Yeah, that's a draw too. I'm gonna make a Saga token, and then get a 1, 2. Damn, I can't get a needle on Bazaar, because I want to play an Urza this turn. So I can just get a Sapphire, maybe. I'm just gonna mana crypt. I'm like so far ahead now, though. Yeah, I don't know. I obviously didn't play that 100. Would I still have repealed? It does like make it so they have to just tap out. That's probably not worth it though. Though it does stop them. I mean, they probably wouldn't have activated a Bazaar anyways. So now they need a crazy like hard cast vigor, but it's not even enough. An oof, yeah, okay. They are super dead. Vexing Pablo Lotus, sure. All right, let's spin once. Maybe I'm supposed to just rest down. No, I don't think so. Rest down is not on my list of things to cast there. Upkeep, activate Bazaar, I guess. But what can you really get out of this? Nothing. Oh boy. What a game. Oh, wild. Cool deck from my opponent, though. I really like these kind of things. And theoretically, they get better with these Vexing Baubles existing. I love, like, a 4 Haywire Might. I assume we've seen Vengeminds, Oofs, Haywire Mites. Maybe there's Fastbond. Maybe there's... Who knows? There's Hollow Ones and Vengeminds, though. Probably Green Root Wallace. Cool deck. Very cool deck. Okay, we continue. I was thinking about round 1. God, am I supposed to keep this hand? Yeah, I guess so. Try it. I was thinking about round 1. I was thinking about how whenever I do these like morning films, I always make some really rough mistakes. And the more I think about it, the most major tournaments start pretty early in the morning because you got to get as many rounds in as possible, which is making me think, man, how bad am I playing in these early rounds of tournaments? Maybe I need to do. I usually try to do things to wake up, get going. Like for the Oklahoma City one, Dan and I walked from the hotel. We didn't have to do that, but it was like a nice way to get everything going. Had a coffee, walked from the hotel, get everything situated. Something to think about. Opponent is on a mull to 5. I've got a Black Lotus, but nothing to do with it. Like actual factual, nothing to do with it. But could always repeal my Lotus if something bad happened. I'd just repeal my Lotus anyways. Is it Deathray Shaman? Thoughtseize? I didn't see that coming. I don't really want to repeal into Thoughtseize. I'm just like worried they're gonna take my Take my repeal, though. I guess I am going to repeal into Thoughtseize. Like, if they take my Lotus, I don't know if I care that much. But I need to draw cards that matter. Oh, okay. Well, now I care. Well, now I can just force it, though. Feels weird. Very weird. I'm not sure if that was the right selection of plays there. But we'll take it. I have a cage in case they're an oath. I have a ring. I have a lantern. I think I'm just gonna go get a lantern. I'm pretty far away from getting something else, and I kind of just need the ability to draw some more cards here. They could always be scammed too. There's some hidden upside in this line. Basic island. Brainstorm. Interesting. This makes me think Doomsday because they left a black mana open instead of brainstorming off the sea with more information. Makes me think like Dark Ritual Doomsday. Let's see. 2 mana away from a ring. That's our next like good sideboard card, right? Probably crack this lantern if we don't hit a land. Oh, this will help. Show me your secrets. Counterspell. Mental misstep. All right, well. Show me your secrets again. Maybe greedy. Maybe a little greedy. It might be a small amount greedy. Oh, this is getting forced. Well, shit. I see. They really don't want me to see their hand. Force of will, targeting Snapcaster, pitching Inkwell Leviathan. Okay. I'm gonna assume that they are on some kind of reanimator deck then. I'm gonna just leave open this lantern at activation. Pitching Inkwell Leviathan. Interesting. I'm gonna go get another. I'm gonna go get a cage. I'm worried about Tinker, and I'm worried about Reanimates and stuff. I'm gonna go get a Grafdigger's Cage. Already used my Snapcaster too. Force! Pitching Oko. So is it just like some kind of weird oath list, maybe? I mean, they have no cards left in hand, so sure. I'm gonna just sack this and draw. I have force still. Academy, yeah. Okay. Kind of a weird game, huh? Guess Cage was a good instinct. Don't think I would force Cage if I had an Oko, though. I would try to resolve my Oko and turn off the Cage if I needed to do that. Dress down. Kind of surprised if they had all these forces, they didn't fight over the Thoughtseize. But okay. If I can draw like a Moxen next turn, I can get a ring going. Alright, opponent is off it. Still don't exactly know what's going on here, but it does feel like a negation matchup. Maybe even a Flusterstorm matchup. And then I want this little cage in the main. And then try going like one Opal down, one Hercules down, one Dress down. Maybe just two Dress downs down. And the Mystical down? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's try that. I don't know if they're reanimating or if they're just oathing. Like, if they have an Oko, it's more likely that just they have the Inkwell as a Tinker Oath target. Cage is going to be what I want, though, for sure. Weird game. Very weird game. I don't know if I played that one the way I'd like to play it. The repeal on the Lotus in response to Thoughtseize was something. It worked out in a pretty convincing way, but there was definitely, I mean, if I had just let the thing happen, they would have taken the repeal and then I would have jammed a Karn, right? They didn't force the Karn, huh? They could have forced the Karn. They had two forces. Maybe I forced a force and then they had drawn another force. I can't really remember. What do we got? A Mana Crypt hand. Always like a Mana Crypt hand in my PO deck. Very, very strong combination gaming right there. Yeah. Mm. This game's going to be interesting. If it's slower paced, just having all of these options is going to be really nice. Probably wanted to actually hold up Island so that if I have to crack this to play Flusterstorm, I don't lose my ability to get value off of Brainstorm. I just didn't think of it before I played it. We just got an end of turn crack into a pass. Okay. Though I kind of think, based on the contents of my hand, that the Brainstorm is likely to be pitched to force. Just because I don't see, like, we're not really missing cards. This is Oath. I don't think I'd force an Oath with no Orchard here. Null Rod. I think I'm okay with that. Obviously, I don't want to see a Null Rod, but like the contents of my hand don't really make it a huge issue at the moment. I think I'd rather just have Force and Fluster still. Could be wrong. I could always I could also just get rid of these cards too with Brainstorm if I want. I don't have a Hercules in my deck, so if they play two Null Rods, man, I don't know. I don't really want to just find out. Oh, these were not the card. None of these were the cards we were looking for in this situation here. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, these both have to go back into my deck. I'll force this. Oh, they just have nothing followed up. I have regrets. Oof, man. Drawing land, Citadel off my Brainstorm is going to make this game a lot harder than I thought it would be. So, Saga Gaming approves. Saga Gaming looks real good here. But the rest of my hand doesn't. I thought I would be able to fix my hand with Brainstorm, but then I drew 3 stinkers. Which is, I guess, I mean, it's a good thing that I didn't draw all these stinkers. I just fetched them away. Time Walk. Just gonna fluster here. Acquire the value. Negation. So can I make a construct and then hold up in Academy for negation? I can't. In that case, let's just still play this out. If I don't make a construct, it's fine. Like if they play like land show and tell, like obviously I have to negate that. I have a cage coming if I want. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. If I follow it up with an oath, I'm not even worried about it. I mean, I am worried about it, but they just played their Beseiju, so it's not the end of the world. Definitely going to go for Construct Cage here and hope they don't have a second Beseiju. All right, they know my hand, they know my board. Can they beat me? Beseiju wins here, Claim wins here. Put the creature on top to show and tell is pretty good as well. Ooh, that's what they're gonna do. Nice. That or they just messed up. Ooh, 3 null rods, huh? I need to change our sideboard plan slightly. It's a lot of null rods. Oh, they did not have it. They just misclicked. Okay. So I always want to, point this one out because it's a really strong play that newer Oath players miss. So Cage makes it so you can't have creatures enter from the library. So you reveal with your Oath of Druids until you hit your creature, and then it tries to put it in play, but it can't. It actually leaves it on the top of your library. So then you draw your Atraxa, and if you have a Show and Tell in hand, you can just put the Atraxa into play with Show and Tell. Definitely a trick that comes up a decent amount in Oath, but always a good time to show off some learnings. All right, let's go one more time, and then another time after that. Oh man, but a pretty fun league. I just this deck is extremely enjoyable. Whether or not it's good, the deck is super fun. This is a classic Saga gaming hand. Narset double blue with my Saga no mana hand. Love it. Oh, I'm on the play. That's fine. I have this probe. Oh, they're a Lurrus deck. Would I have kept this if I knew this? Bro, let me play Magic. All right. Well, I'm gonna go Saga Needle Wasteland because what else am I doing with my knife? My knife? My knife? I don't have a knife. Okay. I don't know. I was on multiple 6 already. Like, obviously, my 7 was completely unkeepable. Can't really afford to mulligan this hand. I come the. Oh boy. Okay. Yep. This is just Saga Gaming. It's just Saga Gaming. It's normal Saga Gaming activity. Ooh, nice springs. Wonder if it's the Discover End version. Would be really cool. There's a cool new blue-black control deck. Discover End playing no sagas. Cut the sagas. Playing a more compact, Frog, Jace Prodigy Control Shell. Very cool. Upkeep Ancestral. I will snap that one off. Repeal versus Brainstorm was kind of an interesting topic, but I think I might end up drawing for a while, and then this Brainstorm will be better. I don't know. My opponent has so many more cards than me because I was I was on the play and I had to mulligan, and now my opponent's drawing an Ancestral Recall. I'm only 4 cards behind at this point. It's so doomed. I didn't want to keep my 6, but I just can't really mulligan it. I'm just probably never beating this draw though. Vexing Bobble, sure. What else you got? Nothing. Snapcaster Mage, huh? I'm just gonna get a Sapphire. I guess I could have repealed my Sapphire. That's not very good. Okay, I hit my land drop. I can't snap probe into this bauble either. All right, whatever. Oh, they're gonna crack it? Lovely. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, so next turn we probably just snap probe. Trying to build our way to a Tinker, though my opponent has 7 cards in hand, so. They wanted to play a Jet. Classic bauble gaming. Can't play your own spells. Demonic Tutor. Okay. Don't know what that gets. Maybe just gets a Saga. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. A Saga here. No, Tundra. Interesting. I think we're supposed to cycle this and just try to get through cards. I was going to hold it for a Saga, but... Because I know I have these Brainstorm cards I need to get through. I'm just trying to get to a Tinker. I don't really know if that's ever going to resolve against my opponent's hand, but this is going to be a dress down in response. It's a mana drain? Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh boy. All right, use the mana drain mana to buy Lurrus. Love it. Love it. Love it. That is extreme value. And then play Lurrus? Replay Bobble? Ruin my life? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, if they have a land, they replay Bobble here, and then I can't Tinker. Sag. Oh, not like this, man. That was pretty silly. That was a really strong sequence with mana drain. I would have had Tinker too. I'm probably still supposed to do it. Just because I can play lands, and if I find a repeal, it's just if I find a repeal. Also, if they cycle this bauble, which I don't think they will anymore, I could Methyl Misstep it, I guess. Green. So we have green, white, black mana drain. Oh, you have the big haywire might off the top rope. Brilliant. Can't mental misstep if it's get countered by Vexing Bauble. Wow. Okay. What do I want against whatever the heck's happening here? Dismembers and Flusterstorms, probably. One Bobble down, or one Opal down. One Mystical down. One Hercules down. One Probe down. Damn. Oh, baby. Looks like a nice jam sesh here. Bobble? Nice. Got a force out. It's probably just a reasonable PO for PO. I think I'm just gonna see if I can draw an artifact with this. Oh, even better. Is this enough to give me a PO? No. Thought I could PO maybe off of this. 1, 2, 3. I'm one short. Damn. I think it's better than POing for 2. Let's do the strip mine again. My saga. It's okay. I think we're at a decent spot now. Should I play around Spell Pierce? I can PO here for 2. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll tap this construct and play Ancestral. Play a land and play fetch to the land and then play a Time Vault. This still plays around Spell Pierce, though it doesn't win right away. Because if it gets Spell Pierce, I can use the Manifold Key to pay. Alright, we kind of crushed that game. That was not a close one. Very cool. What do we got? Ugh. Ugh. No, it doesn't look right. Let's mulligan that. Sure. I'm gonna wish I had a needle, but let's see what happens. Vexing Bubble? No. Ancestor on my upkeep, it looks like. Another one. Oh no. I drew my Manifold Key. Okay. Is what it is. I don't know. Natural Vault Key. No tutors required. No play. What does that mean? So open blue, no play. I mean, maybe it's just a Spell Pierce. Need a Mox here. Or just another land. Dismember. Yeah, not great. Ancestral? I don't cycle. Okay. I drew a Mox there, though. Would be very good. Strip mine again? Hey. What about me, though? Man, isn't it fun that Wasteland and Strip Mine exist? Making great back and forth games. I'm not salty. Trust me. Trust me, not salty. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for the unspeakable. We don't talk about it. It's the rules of the channel. Only magic. Yeah, frog is fine. Classic Mox Emerald frog. I am going to cut your frog's limbs off. Wow, that is dark. Holy, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna cut its tongue off. Does that count as a member? All right. Land, time walk, time vault, or that. That works too. GG's. The natty vault key. Big. I got backup. Are we gonna play out my mana crit flips? I wouldn't blame you. I would not blame you for playing out my mana crit flips. We are. I like it. I don't mind. My mana crit flips can be. Oh, I drew a saga immediately. That is no fun. I guess they're gonna concede now. Sag. I also have a PO. Repeal. I guess repeal is the play. Got him. Wait, this deck is cracked. The only match I lost is the one I played really badly in. Okay. Okay, last round. I have an Ancestral. Hand's really bad, actually, besides the Ancestral. So that honestly can sometimes be a reason to not keep an Ancestral hand. But I don't know. They'd already mulliganed to 6. Now they're down to 5. I think it'll be okay. Sometimes these hands are trapped, though. Sometimes Ancestral draws you not the things you need. Oh. Uh-oh. It's Dredge, and I'm losing my Ancestral. I think I'm 0% to win this game. That's the power of the London Mulligan right there. My opponent mulled to 5, but they're able to use London to sculpt their hand, keep a Grief and a Bazaar, and then win the game. So don't let anyone tell you that Dredge is not broken. It's still very, very good. It is definitely at its lowest point in a very long time. Certainly far cry from the 60% win rate, win most challenges Dredge of a few years back, but oh yeah, double Dredger Icarid, not bad. Oh man, London Mulligan was something else. It's been a long time now since London Mulligan, years and years and years. It feels like yesterday, but that rule change was not my favorite for Vintage, but what are you gonna do? We're gonna, what? They have a second Bazaar in hand? I'm trying to figure out why you would not activate your Bazaar and upkeep. They must have a second Bazaar in their hand. I mean, if they have a second Bazaar in their hand, it means they London Mold into double Bazaar, Grief black card, and hit Dredger. I mean, sure. Definitely reasonable deck. No, wait, what? Maybe it's like a Noxious Revival? I don't know. They clearly didn't activate in response to Icarid. Maybe it was just a mistake. I feel like they're trying to keep a card in hand. But the only card worth keeping in hand is Bazaar, right? Maybe a Mindbreak Trap? Noxious Revival, Mindbreak Trap. I mean, I can't win this game, right? I guess I can draw Mox in, I can snap Ancestral, but they're going to dredge through another 18 cards next turn. So I can't imagine we can ever win. It's not like they can Noxious my Ancestral back to the top of my library. Though I guess they could stop my Snapcaster Mage. They are on bridges. We drew a key. I guess we could theoretically just draw Vault Key. That's something that could happen. Watch them like have mental misstep as the card they were keeping. I don't know. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I guess I died to a single creeping chill. Okay, never mind. They hit so many Icarids in the top cards that I just instantly died on turn 3. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Dredge is still Dredge. As much as Dredge players are going to complain right now that their deck is not broken anymore, it's still Dredge. We got lanterns, rings, and cages, along with a variety of other combo pieces. No Sphinx of the Steel Wind, though. Could play Fluster if we want to. Needle looks good. Bauble looks good. Karn looks bad. Still think you want to have Citadel. Probably don't need all the repeals, but having one repeal for a possible Chalice is nice. Dig is pretty slow. Dress down is usually quite bad here. Not really sure we want Misstep Probe, but these other cards are a lot worse, so I guess we'll go like this. Seems okay. There's a world you could bring in a Dress Down just for Hollow One, but I'm not really a big fan of that. This is not respecting Dredge too much, but not disrespecting Dredge completely. I actually cut a lantern from the sideboard, so there was 5 pieces of 1 mana hate plus Needle and Bauble already in the main. Plus your combo deck, so it's not unreasonable, but his hand has some problems. Definitely a keep though. Lay out all my stuff. Probably play around Mindbreak Trap by Merchant Scrolling now on second cast. Don't know if this is supposed to be Ancestral, because if it's PO, I have like a much better mana situation. I think it's Ancestral still. Like I could go get PO and PO, but if it gets countered, I can't really snap PO. So I think it makes more sense to just get an Ancestral, because that would let me, with a second blue mana on a following turn, go snap it back. Could be wrong though. This is just going to be Chalice on 0. All right, I left in a repeal for that. 7 card Bazaar Chalice on 0 hand. Pass. Definitely won't play into negation here. Oh, maybe we will play into negation just because we need to hit a land drop. I don't know. Like, missing a land drop here is really bad, but then getting this negated is really bad, so I don't really know. Yeah, maybe we just have to play it on upkeep. Just got forced. Okay. I mean, nothing I can do. Need to draw a blue mana source. It can't be an opal, actually, or a sapphire. So it has to be a land, a non-saga land. I mean, we might just not have any chance here. We didn't draw any of our hate pieces. I kept on the back of a bunch of power. Funnily enough, if I had gone for PO, I wouldn't have had to tap my mana vault because I drew a soul ring, which is very lucky. All right, they hit Narcomoeba and Prized Amalgam. And then they have another Dredger. For drawing in response. The activations here have been odd. I'm not 100% sure on why they've been activating at the times they've been activating, but it might not matter. I think we're just getting completely steamrolled over here. I kind of think they have another piece of interaction in their hand, so even if we do draw the blue mana source, which we need to play either of our spells, they have second Bazaar in their hand. This is how many amalgams? Oh my god, and therapy? Okay. So whatever. I don't know. Like, this is Dredge. Don't listen to what anyone tells you. People will tell you right now, Bazaar, unplayable. Dredge, not good. It's just not true. It's just lies. It's just not broken anymore. It's not 60% win rate anymore. But it's still, it's not a broken win rate, I should say. It is still a broken deck in conceptually. There's only one therapy in the yard, so they'd have to hit on this therapy. I mean, they should still cast it, but they'd have to hit, which they're not going to hit. So we're still live with a blue. I mean, we're live with a even alive with a Soul Guide Lantern looks okay here. Just hit their whole yard. They name PO. Makes sense. I didn't have this Soul Ring, or I would have taken a PO with my Merchant Scroll. All right. Oh, I guess they get 3 amalgams. How many amalgams is this? 2 amalgams? Maybe a Soul Guide's not live. I mean, just a PO is great. An Island is great. Time Walk is not it. They only have 1 card in hand, so theoretically, I guess even a PO has some problems with the 1 of Chalice here. But just drawing enough mana would be enough, probably. Because we're going to have plenty of mana after. These cards won't matter unless we have to cast like a second PO. Alright, Tolarian Academy. That's a good one. So... Start with a Narset. The One Ring or PO. I could go One Ring, Snap, Time Walk. It's probably as good. Maybe it's not. Maybe PO is just always better here. If there is a problem with not being able to replay, probably doesn't matter though. I have 3 mana, so I could go Snap, Ancestral, PO. It's a lot of blue though. I'd like to be able to Snap Walk. Am I picking up this Narset? I don't think so. I kind of want to be able to Snap PO too. I think I'll pick up the Narset. Just need to find a Vault Key. I left 1 repeal in, so I'm close. They have Mental Misstep. Is that the last card they have? Maybe they have Mindbreak Trap. No, they would have Mindbreak Trapped that one. Oh no, that was second spell, wasn't it? So they could have Mindbreak Trap or Mental Misstep here. Can't really afford to do anything. Okay. I have to use both my blue mana on Snap. I could Snap PO. Right now for 4. That would still leave me with an extra blue, an extra mana to play my other things after. Is that better than just like Snap Walking? It shouldn't be. I mean, if they have a Mind Break Trap at the end of all this, it's really bad for me. And they are pausing. Maybe they have a Noxious Revival on my Time Walk. Like, I can probably live for a turn with a Soul Guide Lantern here. So it might be fine. Didn't have a Noxious. So it's just Mind Break Trap then? Or are we just not F6ing? Oh, we're just not F6ing. I strongly dislike that. I'm going to use all my mana, though. I guess if they have... I don't know. They're just not F6ing, I think, is the... They're just baiting that... Or representing things, which is fine. All right, 3 Moxen in hand. We have a rebuy on Narset here. We have rebuys on Lanterns here. We're just looking for a key, and we have a lot of agency to get there. Should be fine. Brainstorm. I think we want to brainstorm after we Narset. It's the most looks. So let's go Narset. Activate. Vexing Bauble PO. Oh, it's definitely PO. Yeah. It's just every non-volt piece. Still have a land drop to give here. We did not find anything. In that case, we can brainstorm. And we found PO, but we didn't find a repeal and we didn't find a key. So things are bad. Wow, we didn't find anything, man. That's crazy. We just straight up found actual nothing. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. 3, 6, 8, 10, 13. I wish my opponent would F6. Like, if they had something, they would have cast it, and they clearly like don't have anything. I'm just mad that we missed. I'm not actually mad at my opponent. It's not a big deal. So now I don't need to activate because they have... I mean, I should still probably play double lantern. I'm not dead on board. 3, 6, 8, 10, 11. So with 2 lanterns, doesn't really matter here. And I still get my next turn to try to get my way out of this. I guess I could go for an end-step lantern. Yeah. I don't think I need to, though. Like, they're not actually getting anything from their yard right now. I can wait on a lantern activation to make sure they use up a bazaar. Don't need a fetch. Don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need that, I guess. I don't need that, I guess. I don't need this. Yeah, they still have nothing. Set myself up to maybe go for like a snap ancestral lethal here. I definitely won't let that come into play. They're at 3. Yeah, so they just lost. They lost the game here. All right, so my opponent attacks. And then I snap ancestral them. Okay, I don't think my opponent had to do that. I think their best play was just attack and don't activate their bazaars. Hope I miss, because I did miss. I mean, that's probably an unlikely scenario for what it's worth. Like, I don't think it's likely that I would have a problem here, but... Haven't gotten an ancestral lethal in a while, though. Kind of nice. Ancestral, target you. Goodbye. That was cool. Kind of a weird game. I didn't really have, like, hate pieces, so it was definitely awkward. Yeah, we'll just rebuy this. This looks fine. All right, quick game. Quick game, quick game, quick game. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There's no reason for this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the double Graveyard Hate, even though it's slow. It's definitely slow. I'm like not saying this hand is great. My opponent kept a 7-card Bazaar hand. I don't actually think 2 1-drop Graveyard Hate is actually that good. But it's not bad. Oh. Alright, well, I will get greedy here. I guess if I get Vigored, I get Vigored, but that's fine. I get Vigored. It's not a big deal. I get them to activate, and then I can Lantern what they activated is pretty big, though, if they have, like, nothing. Double Shell. Do they have an answer to the needle? Question. No. Bizarre. I mean, they could still have Vigor, but... I'm probably just gonna hit one of the Shambling Shells just to make their dredging worse. I don't think hitting the Amalgam is better. All right, they're off it. Boom. All right, 2. I was wrong. 2 is enough. I guess that's the power of not London Mulligan. If you just keep a 7-card Bazaar hand, might have no interaction, and you lose. So yeah, a big 4-1 here. Honestly, I think if we played game 3 better, we had some in round 1, we had some winning chances. So the morning recording does come back to bite me here. Fanute Pio, still the real deal. Tinker Citadel, still the real deal. I like the fact that this deck can play a bunch of repeals. I think all Tinker decks should be playing a main deck Hercules now. The Hercules just has so much versatility against the field with Bobble, and Null Rod, and Jewel, and Constructs. I think the main deck Hercules is back for this kind of deck. Any kind of artifact combo deck, the main deck Hercules seems like it should be back in your main. Anything else? Not really. Sweet deck. Karn was great. Repeal was great. Urza was great. PO was good, actually. PO was not really bad. I drew a lot of Moxins and Crypts and stuff this games. Yeah. I had fun. I got some QPs, which was the goal. I wish I had 5-0'd, but can't 5-0 them all. Want to see more vintage content like this one? Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will see you then.